Hi, y'all. How are we doing this evening? Thank y'all for joining me. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all enter. Thank you so much. I wanted to come live today. I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow because tomorrow's my birthday, and I might be busy. I don't know. We'll see. But I wanted to do the video, you know, because a lot of people ask me, why is everything coded? Why? Why can't they just say it in plain sight or plain words or just tell us? The answer is so simple, baby. And I'm going to tell you the same reason that you don't go to school and they just tell you the answer. Okay. That's why. Honestly, the answer is actually in the Emerald tablets. And I'll read it to you. So I guess shout out to Billy Carson. I'm going to be reading out of your book, Emerald Tablets, the Compendium of the Emerald Tablets, a Beginner's Guide. But the part of the Emerald Tablets that speak about code and why is everything veiled or hidden, or why is the information, not just straight up. It says, wisdom is hidden in darkness. When lit by the flame of the soul, find thou the wisdom and be light born, of sun and of the light without form. Seek thee ever more wisdom, find it in the heart of the flame. Know that only by striving and light pour into the brain. Now have I spoken with wisdom, list to my voice and obey. Tear open the veils of the darkness, shine a light on the way. Basically, he's saying, unless you're passionate about seeking this knowledge, you will not be enlightened. So if I just tell you what it means, your level of consciousness is still not what it could have been if you had looked for it on your own and had the passion and fire behind it to push you to the next level. Okay. Um, Also, like when people write music or do art or write stories, their passion goes into that information that is coded. And for their passion to, have put that code in there, and your passion to seek the wisdom within their passion is going to amplify your energy, your knowledge, your consciousness when two flames come together. Okay. So you have double the impact when you seek to get this information. But if someone just tells you and you don't know how to get the next information or the next code, then you're back at square one. You see, you never get um, the passion behind it. You never get the true consciousness that is supposed to come with it. That's why you must seek it. And in order to seek it, you must understand and learn and be a student of, the hidden knowledge. So this is why it's in code, because if you are able to decode it from your passion and desire for the knowledge, you lift the veil, you open the way, you are enlightened to a higher point. So that's why. Okay. Um, and I think this is chapter 10. Okay. It says, I'll read it from the beginning. And Thoth said, speak thou in words without voice. That's in code, right? Symbols, codes. And those who dwell down below enter the blue litten temple. That's the feminine side of the brain, learning how to decode, right? Dwell down below, that's your subconscious. And bathe in the fire of all life. Okay. That's the passion. That's your passion is, from the root of your chakras. Oh man, thou art complex. This is a complex thing, baby. You got to be passionate about it. a being of earth and of fire. A plasma. Let thy flame shine out brightly, shine bright like a diamond. Be thou only the fire, the passion. Be thy only the passion. Wisdom is hidden in darkness. I just read this part. When lit by the flame of the soul, find thou the wisdom and be light born. But when you have a passion for knowledge and wisdom, and you seek it with passion, you're going to find more than you probably were ever thinking you would find. It's like a treasure. Um, so then it says, seek thee evermore wisdom, find it in the heart of the flame. Know that only by striving and light pour into the brain, the pineal. Now have I spoken with wisdom. Listen to my voice and obey. Tear open the veils of darkness. That means, of ignorance. Tear open the veils and see what is hidden, in the darkness. Or tear open the veils to see what has been hidden from you. Shine a light on the way. That means shine a light on all the things that you were not given or privy to, or all the new knowledge that you have received. Speak, I of ancient Atlantis, speak of the days of the kingdom of shadows, speak of the coming of the children of shadows. Okay, so this just goes deeper into something else, but what I wanted to stay focused on was why things are hidden. It's to embark you on a spiritual journey and to give you that passion, that almost a rebirth of how you see the world, and that's going to be even more exciting for you than just someone giving you the answer to something, Um, mhm, right. Oh, I'm reading this. Just emerald tablets. Um, so this is the book that I did the review on, Compendium of the Emerald Tablets. So if you are enjoying the path of, seeking the knowledge that is hidden within the things, that we see on a daily basis, then you understand how beneficial it can be, just by learning how to decode. So, um, mhm, mhm. Love the book that you're reading from. Okay, yes. What does the bear represent? Okay, remember, you can't just ask people, you have to do the searching. You got to go search that, baby. The great thing is you have to know how to search it, you know. Uh, and your path begins with your passion. If you don't have the passion to figure out what the bear means, then it's not important to you. So I'm not saying I'm not going to tell you what it means because I'm being mean. It's because the most benefit that you're going to get is figuring that out and researching that on your own. Okay. So that's what it means. It means to go seek that knowledge of what a bear means because you'll get the most out of yourself and your passion seeking that knowledge. I promise you. If I just tell you, you will forget. Okay. And it won't be as important to you. It may not register to you. You may go on a whole different path of what a bear means by how you search and what question you choose to ask to figure that out. And that's only in your reality and your path that leads you to that knowledge. That's why you have to do it. And that's very important for us to be seekers of our own path and our own knowledge because, that's for you personally. Okay. So just go look that up. Decoding is new to you. Yes. The questions on how to seek and search is very important. hmm Like Google is your best friend, baby. Um, What does the triquetra represent in witchcraft? Look it up, baby. Mhm. You see, you can't just ask, you must seek. That's like asking me what I think about um, something that you have no idea about. You have to go seek that knowledge because it might open up something within you that's very beneficial later on or right now. Is there a decoding book for beginners? I'm in the process of writing one because I don't know if there's one out there, but it's getting ready to be. Mhm. Um, that's why the world the way it is, lazy people. Exactly. I wouldn't call them lazy. I would say they don't have a passion for it. If you if you give someone something that they're passionate about to decode, they will decode it quick, fast, and in a hurry. You know, if their man was texting some woman in secret code, oh, they would have that decoded in 2 minutes, baby. What are you passionate about? That's where you seek to decode first. Like if you like music, decode music. If you like movies, decode movies. If you like artwork, decode artwork. You know, so what you are passionate about, you will not be lazy about. That's why it says in here, seek the flame. The flame is the passion, baby. Seek the flame. That is the reaction to what elements you are in contact with, you know. So seek what you're passionate about, and you will most likely want to decode that 100%. I've been right about the coronavirus. Oh, I was going to talk about the coronavirus too. A lot of people keep asking me about the coronavirus. Yes. The coronavirus is basically a form of the flu, and everybody gets it one point or another. I mean, there's different coronaviruses. The reason why it's affecting people is because of the electromagnetic frequencies that are in the air, the 5G. Sorry, y'all. It's my birthday message popping up. The 5G, the you know, U UVB from the sun and all that kind of stuff in the atmosphere, in our midst with our electronics and things like that. What it does is daily, I told y'all, it lowers your immune system every day. Every day, it lowers your immune system if you're not aware of how to keep your immune system on a high level. Now, when a flu comes along and your immune system has been lowered and you're being bombarded with 5G and technology and UVB radiation on a daily basis, and you're not taking the proper steps to keep your immune system on a higher level, then you're more likely, going to get a flu or a cold or something that you would normally have defenses against. Okay. And so, it started in China. So, China, if everyone has a cell phone in China, or many people have cell phones in China, and there's cell phone towers everywhere. If you go look online and just type in China electrical wires or China, you know, they're jumbled up wires just going from street to street. There's so much electricity flowing through those parts of China that there is probably, you said low vitamin D, also not wanting to tan, not wanting to be in the sun. They probably are not taking the vitamins to supplement them from not getting vitamin D. And so their immune system is probably lowered, and they're not getting the proper nutrition to get their immunity on to where it needs to be. Because every day it's taken down lower and lower and lower. And I was telling you guys last year, that's one of the reasons why I take my elixirs, one of the reasons I take silver, one of the reasons I became vegan, one of the reasons why I do what I do. And African Americans, Africans, more melanated people have a higher immune system naturally. So they're less likely to be affected because what they do with the energy is that they just convert it. They do with the radiation and the UVB and all that. They just convert it into energy. So their immune system is not as affected. So then that's why there's a lot of people, you know, contracting coronavirus, which is just a basic flu, and with a lowered immune system. So personally, I don't know anyone that has the coronavirus, and I don't know anyone who knows anyone that has the coronavirus also. So I don't know if it's just being put out there as a social test, or if it's something that could have been avoided by just taking care of your immune system. Okay. Um, but I'm not worried about it one bit. My immune system's very high. I keep my kids' immune system high. So I've been doing that for years. So I think I'm good. All right. Yes. No sky, no sun. Yep. Vitamin D, silver, vegan diet. You'll be fine. Right. To keep us separated and voting the way we want to. I don't vote, so it don't matter. Yeah, if you're still voting, it's not you're still playing the game. So I don't play the game anymore. I'm just like, whatever. Y'all don't have to distract me with coronavirus. I wouldn't go vote anyway. Right. This is coronavirus is to distract you from what's really going on, or trying to mess with the stock markets, or the voting and all that kind of stuff. The best thing that could come out of the coronavirus is to buy stock that plummeted. So when it blows over like Ebola and swine flu, y'all's money can go right back up and you can get paid. I mean, that's what I would be doing. Okay. Um, get you some good plane tickets around this time for cheap. Go travel right now. It's going to be super cheap. Um, take advantage of it. Shoot. I know a lot of people that are taking advantage of the travel. And they're like, oh, I'm going to Disney World. Oh, I'm going to the Bahamas. Oh, I'm going here. Plane tickets are cheap. Oh, cruises are super cheap right now. So, you might as well take advantage of the situation. Mhm. You said no cruise, no man, girl. What you gonna do? Get an extra 2 weeks of free vacation? You're gonna get an extra 2 weeks of free vacation. Plus, they say it doesn't really spread where it's hot. And you go to the Bahamas, it's hot. You go to the Caribbean, it's hot. Right. They're quarantining people in large groups like that. Yeah, on the boat for 2 weeks. Guess what? 2 weeks free vacation. How you doing? Mhm. Um, Look, go on a Disney cruise. They don't play about their money. They ain't gonna tell. They're not gonna report one case of coronavirus and like y'all can go by. Scoot on. Okay. They don't teach us this knowledge in school. That's why you must be passionate about it and seek it yourself. They're not going to give you it. School is not school. School is what they want you to know, not what you seek. Okay. School is not what you are passionate about or what you seek. It's what they want you to know. Okay. So don't ever trust school. Don't trust the books in the school. Don't trust the teachers in the school. They might not even know what they're teaching is fake. So trust yourself in your own passion and what you seek. My kids go to school every day and secretly laugh at the teachers for what they're teaching. But hey, um, that's just what they're going to do. It's really sad that nobody even believes in the school system anymore, and they're still teaching the same stupid stuff. You know, teach something. Teach how to decode or something. You're sitting here looking at stuff and have no idea what it really means, and just being as ignorant as could be when you spend 8 hours all day at school and you could be learning stuff like this. That's going to be beneficial and helpful and all that kind of stuff. People don't teach anything beneficial anymore. You know, um, it's just, if I went to school, if I could switch places with my daughter mentally, I would go to school and tell those teachers, look, my mom said she don't use none of this. She make more than y'all. So why am I learning this? My daddy said he don't need to know this either. Are y'all just babysitting us and telling us lies? You know, Literally, I need none of the stuff that they're teaching. They don't teach you how to do anything that's practical. It's just a waste of your time. That's why you have to seek your own knowledge after school. School, all the degrees that you get in school, unless they're for like some type of profession where you have to have those, like being a doctor, a lawyer. Shoot, you don't even need one to be a lawyer. You can defend yourself these days. But an architect or whatever. I mean, Leonardo da Vinci didn't have a degree, and he designed more than most people could even fathom. But the point is, they don't teach you how to think. They just teach you what to think. And that's the messed up part. Right? If we just seek our own passion and knowledge individually, what if your passion is this and you were so passionate about it that you became an expert, like they did back in the old days, like they do when, like, I guess sometimes, like if you're in college and they give you a grant to study, this, and that, and you're a scientist and your passion is to study this or whatever, and they fund you for it. It's kind of like that, but you're just doing that on your own. You can become an expert, or, you can seek a path of knowledge that you're passionate about the most and become great in that. And that's where you're probably gonna be successful in, not just some random list that they give you of careers to do, you know, because not everybody wants to do that. Not everybody cares about that. hmm You're gonna buy up some cheap stock. Go ahead. It'll be a good move. Um, your ancestors built these bridges with no pen or paper. That's true. I've watched those YouTube videos with those people that live in like the rainforest, and they'll build a whole pool or an underground house or a hot tub or something just out of what is around them. They'll make the bricks from the dirt and the rocks and water. They'll make everything from scratch and be sitting in a hot tub in like a couple of hours. I'm like, see, y'all don't need to watch them. That's it. And didn't chop it, you know, didn't use any plastic, didn't, you see, the most successful people have a degree. That's a lie. Well, where Bill Gates' degree? Uh, okay. I'll wait. He ain't got no degree. I mean, I think a lot of people make more money these days in this era with no degree than ever before, you know, um, because you don't really need one. Look at all those people who became like millionaires for doing something stupid, like online from a stupid viral video. They're rich, don't have a degree at all. Jay-Z doesn't have a degree, right? He's a billionaire. Michael Jackson didn't have a degree. Okay. Rihanna did. You say Rihanna don't have a degree? Um, I know they're just entertainers, but a lot of successful people that are entrepreneurs and invented something or have a business don't have degrees either. Authors, a lot of authors don't have degrees. So it's just about how passionate you are about what you're doing. It has nothing to do with degrees because you could sit there and teach someone about something all day. If they're not passionate about it, they're not going to be as successful as someone who is passionate about it. Okay. So that's what seeking the fire represents in the emerald tablets, the passion of something. Um, but I know we were taught go to school, get an education, get your degree, go work for somebody, clock in, get on salary, take your little 2-week vacation, come back to work, clock in, A, B, C, and D. But get in debt, buy a house, take a loan out. There's a better way to do it because wealthy people don't do that. You know, they just don't do that. Their workers do that, but they don't. So you got to think about it. Just because your parents said this is what you got to do, it doesn't mean that's the way for to get to freedom. You can get a level of freedom, but if you just decided not to go to work one day and stay home and contemplate the universe and read emerald tablets and whatever, and then say, well, I don't want to work anymore. What can I do to get money? What can I do that I'm passionate about? That I can make way more money going, doing what I'm passionate about than going to somebody's job. You know, it all started with like to find that passion, you must find passion in seeking first because that's all it is seeking how to do something, seeking a path to a better life, seeking a path to more knowledge, seeking a path to your freedom. Thank you, Kimmy Lee. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Why don't you homeschool the girls? I do homeschool. When they get home, I tell them whatever I'm telling you guys. They get the same lesson that y'all are getting every day. They go to school and learn the basics. I come home and I tell them what they really need to know. And so they're getting a double education, which is good because to operate in the world with people that are getting that education, you got to know both sides of the tale. So for me, it's good for them to know both sides and to understand what is being taught and why people think a certain way, because that's what they were told, you know. Mhm. Right. So you wonder where Shira would start, maybe with signs and symbols. Yep, I would start with signs and symbols. That's the easiest thing. Signs and symbols. Then it'll take you to the different meanings of signs and symbols. There are more than one meaning, depending on what you're reading. So just start there. That is the best place to start, with signs and symbols. And like I said, when you try to decode something or interpret something, there are levels to it because there are different meanings to different symbols, to different words. So you're going to have levels of knowledge, not just one, but many. The first time I decoded the emerald tablets was very rough and raw, but it still enlightened me. And then I read it again and I had more knowledge and more ways to interpret or decode. And it took me to a higher level and to a higher level and to a higher level. It's not something that you read just once. You have to keep reading it. The more knowledge you get, the more that is revealed to you, even if you're reading the same thing. hmm What is the real reason of locking down communities? What do you mean locking down communities? Um, Mhm. Uh-huh. Like, what is corona? Oh, um, I think locking down communities is basically like your immune systems are low. Then we have that Venus plasma coming into the Earth's atmosphere, which is going to make it even worse because Venus does not have an atmosphere. So it uses the plasma and like electrons and stuff um, as its atmosphere. But when it passes by the Earth, which it did, it's called the kiss of Venus, and it's going to pass by again on March 28th. When it passes by the Earth's magnetosphere and the gravitational pull will suck some of the plasma from Venus into the Earth's atmosphere. That's why the sky was red. And so that in itself is electromagnetic energy. Um, and so that also will lower immune systems if you're not able to absorb that and convert it into energy. So keeping you inside is keeping you away from that energy, keeping you from spreading any type of sickness to people with already lowered immune systems, also to create panic and scare, which also lowers your immune system as well. The more panicked you are, the more you're in fear, the lower your immune system goes. So it's basically survival of the fittest, is what's happening, you know. So they're trying to see who can hang and who can't hang. Viruses are ways of evolving people to higher um, ways of living, you know, even if it is man-made. It's a way to, you know, separate uh, the weak from the strong. And so people are all, you know, the only people that are really dying are old people or, you know, people with weakened immune systems. So they might have caught the disease, which means now listen, if you caught it, it means your immune system is weak. Um, if you died from it, it was super weak. You see, you shouldn't have even caught it. It shouldn't even be able to travel to where you live. You know, um, right. People say just wash your hands, right? Wash your hands and get that immunity up. Vibrate on high. Don't think it can coronavirus. That's just the flu, and I don't even catch the flu in flu season. So how you doing? You know, I don't catch colds. I don't catch the flu, so I'm not catching corona. Right. You accidentally super liked him on Tinder and he asked me if it was an accident. Girl, I don't, this the wrong channel. Uh, I'm talking about coronavirus. You're talking about Tinder. What? What? Girl, I wouldn't be on Tinder liking nothing. Anywho, the school you work at is closing down for a week early because before spring break starts because of the virus. Good. Now you got 2 weeks vacation. Go have fun. Travel. Wonderful. I'm super unbothered because I can't catch it. I just can't. It just, they don't. Right. I've been telling y'all like since last year, everybody's gonna start getting sick. I already told y'all there's gonna be like if y'all go watch my videos from last year around this time, I told y'all already. But the nobody wanted to listen. Oh, it's the 5G. It's gonna weaken your immune system. Everybody gonna start getting sick from regular normal diseases. That's because your immune systems are lowered. You said 3 of your close friends have the coronavirus. They think they got the coronavirus. They just have the flu. That's all it is. I don't know anybody with coronavirus. How do you literally utilize the pink kiss of Venus? Well, in the passing of Venus to the Earth, it flips the tail to the head. So there's a saying, you were supposed to be the head, now you have become the tail. This means that it's your time to rise. That energy it can be useful for enlightening you. I've been having crazy dreams since the sky's been red. Just information being given to me in the dreams, and I guess astral travels or whatever, like specific information, things to look into, words, and that look at this a little bit closer. There's more to meets the eye. Look at Hermes. Look at switching for 7 years. How Hermes switched from being masculine to being feminine for 7 years. Listen to the lyrics in certain songs. Look at the ancient Egyptian pictures of the ankh being put under the nose. People are switching in and out. People are adding other essence of different people into their own bodies at this time. People are, this is the conclusion that I've come to. A lot of celebrities and a lot of influential people get, I'll just call it plasma or soul essence from certain people, and it is put into themselves. And then it's like on the movie Get Out, and there's a struggle there. And the powerful one wins. See, but you still attain all the talent, all the knowledge of that one that was put into you. So, for example, if that's why The Weeknd was on Saturday Night Live in his latest video, he has a broken nose, or his nose is like all messed up. Because back in the old days, in the ancient um, drawings of Egypt, you'd always see one of the gods with a ankh up to one of the pharaoh's noses, and with an electric jolt or some type of jolt that would be pushed, that soul essence or that plasma essence would be pushed up into that person's nose. The nose is also known as the seat of the gods, and would be pushed up into their brain or pineal gland or whatever, or into their lungs, because that's also how plasma is, or soul enters the body. So a lot of people that have fame and influence have been merged with other greats, could even be ancient gods, could even be some, whatever, but they have been merged. They have an extra sprinkle in them. um, right. So I also feel that if you are married and you have a spouse, um, let's just take Beyonce and Jay-Z as an example. You can also be switched with your spouse. You can become her and he could become you. Yeah, they can switch. Um, so just like in her, Hermes was, there's a tale where it says Hermes came upon two snakes mating, and he struck the snakes with his staff. And by doing so, he became a woman for 7 years. And he could not go back to being a man until he found two snakes mating again and, do the same thing and to become back into the woman. So I believe a lot of couples do that. in order to get the experience on both sides with the knowledge as well on how to think. And then when they are switched back, they are like gods in the flesh because they have the divine connection of the two becoming one. And so I think that's what a there is technology to do that. And I feel that it's not offered to the public, but I believe that it has been done to certain people. And I also believe that that's why so many people are so great because they have experienced these things and had access to this technology in order to become the greatest. Thank you, Tay's World Sprinkle Sprinkle. Appreciate that. Um, it didn't have to be with your husband either. It could be with your sister, could be with someone just of the opposite. So, I mean, I actually was shown lyrics in music that allude to this. I've actually been shown passages in books where to go find the information to allude to this, and I feel that's what's happening now. It's not supposed. That's why we have like Dwayne Wade and his son and Gabrielle Union, and he wants to be feminine and whatnot. But that's the outside version of what is being done on the inside. It's all supposed to be an internal expression to become divine. And like for example, take Michael Jackson. Let's just say um, maybe him and one of his sisters switched places, or him and some unknown, and he lived in the perspective of a feminine this long, and then into a masculine and into the divine. Whichever one wins over, or they perfectly come together in one type of being. It has nothing to do with your sexual preference if you are on that spiritual path. It has nothing to do with being confused about who you are, because if you are on that path and you seek that knowledge, you know the goals. So, a lot of people are trying to distract from the spiritual aspect of becoming the one by, interpreting it their own way. But in the ancient days, this is how it was done. And so a lot of people are just confused about how it's done. You can do this on your own as well if you spend enough time with a person and ask yourself, what would this person do in this situation? I'm going to act as if I am this person. How would I handle this situation? That's why we always have people talking about I'm bipolar. I'm bipolar because or I have multiple personalities, or I'm schizophrenic, or whatever. So if you would have multiple personalities and you chose to act as this personality, if it was a woman, you would make a decision and you would live your life based on that thinking. And if you are totally 100%, able to understand what you're doing, then you can make certain decisions as a woman, as a man. And then once you get used to that, you make them as one, the the alchemical marriage. Okay. And then over time, it becomes a balance and the two become one. So, very interesting what's going on right now, especially when Venus comes by the earth and gives it a kiss and the sky becomes purple or red. You know, um, it looks purple in some places and then it looks red in some places. And it's going to come by again on the 28th. And that's why they've been like spraying a lot of clouds because they don't want you out there because that is straight up um, plasma gamma rays, but it's red because it's coming from Venus's light. It comes by and kisses the moon, which then the moon's gravitational pull with the earth also, that plasma comes here too. So we're going to see red skies again at the end of March. Hmm. Right. But, and that's why, I always teach, get out of emotion sometimes when you have to make certain decisions. But then, when you are the type of person that makes major decisions, you also have to consider other people's feelings when you make them and how it's going to impact the entire situation. You don't have to have the feelings yourself, but you have to understand how other people will feel about it. How's a woman going to react to this, and how's a man going to react to this? And when you understand how a woman will react to a certain thing, then you know what to put in place. If you know how a man is going to react to a certain thing, you have everything in place for everybody. And you already know how they're going to react because you've thought on both sides. And so, there's less issues and you're more successful. Hmm. Do you have a conscience after hurting someone? It depends on why I hurt them. Did they deserve it? Is there a lesson to be learned? Um, did I hurt them intentionally? Was it an accident? Um, would I do it again? You got to think about it. Why, you know, why do people do things to make people want to hurt them? So it all depends on how you think about it. How do I think about it? If I hurt someone, I did it on purpose. Or I wasn't talking to them specifically, but they took it personally, and I can't help what they do. So that's how I have to. If I know the person personally and I did it on purpose, it was for a good reason. Because I don't just walk around hurting people because I'm bored, right? If it's a person I don't know and who doesn't know me, I can't help what they did personally. So I would look at it like that. Like, if the shoe fits, compassion. Right, right. So if I wanted to be more compassionate towards a group of people, I would have to have a compassionate group. I couldn't have a mix of people who don't care about that kind of stuff. So I would have to separate the groups because the people that came for the knowledge don't care about all that because they're not into their feelings and they don't take things personally and they just want the information. The people that are easily hurt and take everything personally, they may have come for the information, but how it's delivered is how they will receive it, or if they will receive it at all. So if I do a video and I'll have to say, not for the triggered, that means don't come if you're easily triggered. Because if you're taking everything personally, if you react before you think, then you're not going to get the information anyway and you're wasting your time. Uh, right. He mentioned how the coronavirus was an experiment. Yeah, it's an experiment to see who's taking care of their immune system. They put all the information out there for you ahead of time. They tell you what's going on. But if you don't seek the knowledge, you don't know. Like they people are protesting 5G. Why are they protesting 5G? Did you look up 5G? Do you see what it does? Oh, people are saying go vegan. Everybody going vegan. Why is everybody going vegan? Go look it up. Oh, people are saying you know, this the sun is fake or there's too much sun coming in or they're spraying clouds and A, B, C, and D. Well, why are they doing that? And what effect does that have on you? So if you don't go and learn and seek the knowledge and you just take whatever somebody told you and don't look any further into it, then how are you supposed to prepare yourself for what's to come? And I was doing videos on that last year and I said, they will give you the information. It's up to you to take it or not. They're gonna, it is a huge experiment. They're experimenting on who's listening, who understands, who cares, who's passionate about it, who values themselves, um, who is smart enough to take heed to the warnings, who's smart enough to help other people understand it, and who's smart enough to listen. Otherwise, I said this in a video. Why do we need those people? Why do we need people that don't care about themselves, don't care about seeking information that's valuable or important? I call them, why are people not taking it more seriously? Do they not just care? Are they so distracted now? Well, if these people are easily distracted and don't care about their lives, then why should we? Type thing. If you have to get rid of a lot of people, how do you determine who goes? You let them determine. You let themselves determine. And that's exactly how it happens. They have determined that they don't care enough to be here, or they don't care enough to protect themselves, or they don't care enough to get more information so that they know what to do. So, or they don't care enough to understand, all these things that are coming against them. So it's not them harming you because warnings and information are just out there at your fingertips. It's the people not caring enough to get the information. When I first learned about all of this, oh, I went to the store and I stocked up. I got my kids. Oh, you got to do this. You got to take this. You got to take this. This is your, take these vitamins, take this supplement, drink this water. You can't eat no meat no more. No more cheese. A, B, C, and D. You're done. Because I understood what was getting ready to go down, and I said, "You'll thank me later." They were all on board for it because they wanted to go vegan before I even did. I said, "When it's the right time, we'll do it," and it was the right time. And so if your frequency's up, if you have a high immune system, remember the animals that you eat may not. You know, those animals may not have a high immune system. And it's not how high yours is, it's how high their immune system is as well. Because, in the meat industry, they'll cut off the sick part of the animal or the cancerous part of the animal and sell the other parts with no problem. So, I don't push veganism, but everyone always asks why I became that way. It's because it raises your immune system. Okay. Yep. Polar bears can't even hunt anymore. They're eating their own babies now. Polar bears, a lot of polar bears have been forced or driven to eat their own children because they can't get food anymore. A lot of polar bears have left and gotten to land where brown bears are and have started to mate with brown bears. A lot of polar bears have left their natural habitat to seek refuge on, warmer climates because they can't feed, they can't hunt anymore. And so, they got to go. But they're evolving and they're trying to figure it out naturally. Right. So the the brown bear and the polar bear have mated and they're making children. And the polar bears that are eating their young because they're not leaving their natural habitats or they can't, you know, they're resulting to cannibalism. Um, yep, it's true. You got to go look it up. It's all out there. And it's just sad because, as the world evolves, the animals, the humans, the species, the plant life, they have to evolve with it. Hmm. Yep, secret societies control the whole code, aliens, whatever you want to call. It's all controlled, and you know, it is what it is. It goes according to what time it is. Not like physical time, but like the positions of the stars, the planets. How many years have passed, the frequency, and all of that. the power shift, going into a new age. Hmm. The bear spirit animal symbolizes dominion and authority and being larger than life. It signifies respecting the laws and boundaries and standing tall against adversities. Yes. Um, Protection. Right. Nobody speaks about BP oil spills anymore. Well, sometimes those are not really. A lot of times, people want to get to a certain area, like Galveston or the Gulf of Mexico, and so they'll say, "Oh, a oil spill. Oops." But what they really want to do is they want to do something underground. They want to drill. They want to put the military out there because there's something that's going on under there, and they want first tabs on it. So they'll make up an oil spill, or they'll put a little oil in the ocean as an excuse to get out there. Okay, so just understand it, because that was predicted a long time ago in the movie Knowing. Okay, go watch the movie Knowing, then go look up the BP oil spill, and I think it happened in April instead of October. But um, same thing. Just go look it up. Happy early birthday! Oh, thank y'all. Yeah, my birthday's tomorrow. Mhm. With all the pollutants, what are the people are supposed to do? Suck it all up. Oh, they're supposed to have been prepared. Like, I guess the best story I can relate to is Noah's Ark, baby. I don't know. Noah's Ark, people, prepare. Like, I have a water filtration system in my house. I have access to well water if needed. I have, and I'm not saying prepare for the worst. I'm just saying be prepared for anything. That's just how it has to be. Thank you, Mimi. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you don't trust the government and you drink the water and depend on their filtration system, well, what if the electricity goes out? In Houston, there was a pipe that burst, and we were on. Well, I'm outside of Houston, but Houston was on a boil your water. I don't know what they call it, but a boil water alert. That means you can't drink the water that comes out of your sink because a pipe burst and the filtration systems are not going to be what they were. So you're going to have to boil your own water, basically. So that could happen to anyone. And as we know, like Flint, Michigan, they're having, still having, water issue. And so, you know, have your own filtration system in place just in case, If you own a house, you could have one put in, could finance it or pay for it, however you want to do it. I'm just saying. But mhm. Yeah, so the signs are all there. The signs are all there, whether you like it or not. The signs have been put out there, even in the sky. The moon is upside down where it shouldn't be upside down. That's a sign right there. You know, um, the thing is, you have to be the type of person that's going to go do the research and figure it out, or listen to someone who has without, you know, trying to say if it's real or not. If you didn't do the research and your research is listening to someone who has done the research, instead of like debating against them, just go do the research yourself. Because eventually, when it comes out, when people will finally admit what's going on, it's going to be either too late or right in the middle of it. Will science and symbols lead to learning about goddesses, my interest, or should I just continue to be guided? If your interest is goddesses right now, then just learn about goddesses. That's. But in the in the Emerald Tablets, it says there's a time to learn about certain things. depending on what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Is the goddess is goddess knowledge right now going to prevent you from drinking poisoned water or getting the coronavirus or um, knowing where and where not to be, knowing what's going on and things like that. I don't think it's going to help you, but if that's your true interest, then you can also learn about that. There's not a limit to what you can learn about. You can learn about that at the same time. That can be something that you learn about, and then you go and learn about something else at the same time. Like I do several things that have nothing to do with what's going on, but I keep, something that's important. I keep that in my radar just because I need to know it. Right. Is the coronavirus a 5G reaction? It is a result of lowered immune systems and more people being able to, contract such a disease easier. Okay, think about this. We've been under 5G for how long? And this new sun for a couple of years now, right? Now, like in the highest intensity. So every day, like I said, it lowers your immune system if you're not combating it. So if, a virus comes through where people say the only thing that you can do to prevent it is to wash your hands, that means it's not something that's like Ebola or something. That's just on the back of the Lysol can or just a different strain of it. So that's just a flu, it's just a flu. If you have a lower immune system and a different type of flu comes through and you catch it, it's because your immune system is low. It's from 5G. I mean, I pop supplements and I try to eat right to keep my immune system high, you know. And so I don't get sick at all with any type of virus. But I know that I'm basically being bombarded on a daily basis with electromagnetic frequency from all these devices, from 5G, towers that are being put up everywhere, from the sun. But, some people can convert that into energy and some people can't. But just in case, it's better to keep your immune system high, just in case. Okay. Yep. I take elderberry, vitamin D, vitamin C, spirulina, all of that. Just line it up. I take B12, biotin, all of that. Just take it all. You'll be all right. You said they're laughing at the people buying up all the toilet paper. Do y'all remember, like when I was telling you guys, it's CVS, they were putting out certain vitamins in the aisle and advertising it on TV? That was something to decode. Like, why are they doing melatonin? Why are they putting out vitamin B12? Why are they putting out spirulina? Why are they putting out certain things? Because that's what you need right now. You know, why are they selecting these particular things? I'd never heard of melatonin supplements until this year, or 2019. I'm sorry, I never heard of that. Why are they making a commercial for it? Why aren't they just prescribing NyQuil Z or some type of sleeping medication? Why? Because um, melatonin helps produce melanin and also combats against the 5G, which you know gives you insomnia in a natural way. Yep. See, a lot of people were complaining about I can't sleep. I feel like this and that. All the symptoms of 5G. Mm, so just get your immune system up, and you probably going to be good. Right. Your oils went on sale. Yep. What helped you know and define yourself? Seeking. There's more than meets the eye. Um, Actually, musical artists, there's code in all their songs, and you know, so many people have so many different opinions on, what lyrics mean, what music artists represent, and I did my own research, and it led me to decoding things and looking deeper into the occult and the knowledge that a lot of artists write, you know, with code, from the occult. So it took me there because a lot of people were saying, "Oh, well, this person is this and this person is that, and they're bad and they're evil." Everyone's evil when you're ignorant and don't know how to decode anything. You know, if you don't understand something, most people just label it evil if it's not something that they agree with spiritually. But the knowledge is so deep that if you're just looking at it from a surface level and you label it evil, it means you don't have the passion to seek it to the information and the source that it came from. And so that's just your interpretation of that. You didn't seek very far. So it's kind of like digging for like gold or diamonds. You can dig 5 feet and then give up, or you can dig 10 feet and give up. You can dig 20 feet and you might find a diamond. But the people that dug the 10 feet or the 5 feet, they have their own opinion about, where diamonds lay. But you kept digging until you found one. And so your story is going to have much more to it, plus the jewels at the end, you know. And the more you seek, the more you keep going, eventually you're going to see the bigger picture. That's all I'm saying. You're going to have the bigger picture. And when you have the bigger picture, it's almost as if you can see what's to come because they're telling you. Just like everyone says, oh, the Simpsons tell the future. The Simpsons tell the future. They tell you every event. Yeah, so you can prepare for it because it's planned. It's not the future, it's just the event that's been planned. And whether you can see that or not and prepare for the event or understand the event or why the event is even happening, is that's up to you. Um, right. hmm What do I think about coding and classical music? Well, um, if you take, there's a book that deals with that, and it has to do with sacred geometry and the letters, the keys of the music. You definitely can decode that. Um, you said, how's the moon upside down when it's a crescent? Look at the crescent moon when it's like a smile. If you live in the northern hemisphere, that ain't right. Okay, just you got to do your research. Like nobody would really know this unless they were like, unless they know that something is off, unless they look in the sky. Most people are so distracted, they have no idea. They just don't know. They only know what people tell them. They don't know anything else, you know? So if you're one of those people, you got to look, you got to search. You said video for dummies, please. Right. Don't stay a dummy. That's my best advice. Stop being a dummy and go put in the work, you know. Um, go do the research. Start looking, start searching, start being on the path. The moon looked brown tonight. That's probably some of that Venus plasma left over. I've been putting black seed oil in your herb tea and fruit smoothies. It helps with disguising the taste. That's good. You said go get the dummies book, right? Is it still good to meditate and use the moon for manifestation? Um, you don't need anything to manifest. You just manifest within, honestly. If you want to use the moon, you can, but um When it all comes down to it, you can do whatever you feel is gonna work by your will, by your frequency, by your vibration. You can manifest with a candle. You can manifest with a toothpick. If you feel it's gonna work, it's gonna work because it's your frequency that makes it work. You know. Thank you, Mimi. Sprinkle Sprinkle. Hi, Shira sent you to. You sent me a cash app. Thank you, Mimi. Let me look. Hold on, cause yes, I got it. Thank you. You said happy birthday. Thank you. I don't want to say your full name, but thank you, girl. Sprinkle Sprinkle. I appreciate that. Um, right. So my three best sources to decode Google, and Google and Google. Um, because everything is on there. Any anything you want is basically on Google. So I have so many books. It would take me forever to go and find exactly what I need to find in there. It's so easy to pull up anything on Google. If I want to pull up the Emerald Tablets and I don't have the book with me, all I got to do is type in the Emerald Tablets of Thoth on Google and it pops right up. Um, if I want the spiritual meaning to something, all I got to do is Google that. It pops right up. So Google search engine or whatever search engine that you use is the number one source. Um, so use what you have in your hand. Am I planning for a global financial recession? No. Mhm. I'm not planning for that at all. Mhm. Every year they say that's going to happen, and it just never happens. It's all code. That's a whole code right there. And I keep telling y'all that's code. In the Drake song when he says, I haven't paid my taxes, I'm too turned up, that's code too. When they say paying taxes, when they're talking about money, when they're talking about finance, they're not talking about physical money. They're not talking about literal money. They're talking about this. Okay. They're talking about this. Like you got to pay the toll. You know what the toll is, right? Um, Even the song Scrubs, y'all, if y'all are old, y'all remember the song No Scrubs? That wasn't even about a Dusty. It was about hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. I don't want no scrubs. Scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Okay, that was cold, straight up. The money has to do with your frequency. Your frequency is your money. Okay, your frequency is your money. Hmm. So when they talking about the financial reset, what do you think they're really talking about? When they're talking about the stocks going down and financial reset and this and that, they're not talking about real money. I mean, they're not talking about paper money or stocks and stuff. They're not talking about that. They're talking about something else, and that's what you have to understand. um you got my money. Hmm. Currency, frequency, exactly. You see, y'all get it. So the news can be decoded too. That's why they have a teleprompter, and that's why someone else writes the news. And the only thing that you're being told is what somebody wrote for you to hear. So the news has code in it, like especially CNN news or like a national news. That has a lot of code in it. TMZ has code in it. I think I took picture of a TMZ post that had code and I was laughing at. Let me see if I have it. Oh, y'all know the TikTok trend where the woman and the man switch places? Well, J Lo and A Rod did it. I'll just put that up. Where you turn off the light, and then when you turn it back on, the man is the woman and the woman is the man. This is what I'm talking about. That's going on with the switching of the way you think and your consciousness. So TMZ is always ahead of the curve because most of the news that you get is created and it's planned and things like that. So I saw this TikTok trend because my kids have TikTok, and a lot of people are doing it, and goes exactly with what I was trying to tell you guys, that the switching of the consciousness on how to think and the willingness to do so, the willingness to do so. Because this dude is sitting up here in a tight white skirt and a tight white shirt with some type of, is that Gucci belt? I can't see. But look at him. I don't know why he put his arms up because she has hers here, but he put his up there because that represents the rising of the consciousness. So she has hers here in her heart, right here. But when they switched, it went up here. That's why the scarab beetle holds the sun up here, because the scarab beetle is the pineal gland. And when the two become one, then the sun rises or the consciousness rises. And that's just what it is. If y'all were on my last video, y'all saw my comparison of the pineal to the beetle, the scarab. Y'all see, this is the pineal gland right here. This is a little tissue that surrounds it. And then here's the scarab beetle. See? And when the two become one, when the left brain and the right brain merge, then that's why Jay-Z does this. So it's all there. It's all alchemy. It's all coded. Everything on TikTok is a code. If your kids are on TikTok, they are contributing to the energy and the energetic frequency of pushing a lot of code. That's why it's called TikTok, because time is ticking. Time is almost up, and they're getting the children in on pushing these agendas and these rituals in order to wake people up. Like the woe dance or the renegade and all of that. And because TikTok used to be named Musically, and last year they changed it to TikTok. Right. The yin yang, left, right, masculine and feminine. You must become the one in your mind. Thy will be done. Okay. So if you ever want to see, what's trending on TikTok, decode it. Especially if it's a huge trend. It's code. Just like the broom. Do y'all remember the standing up of the broom? That was the raising of the masculine energy after Kobe, after Gail did what Gail did. Here come, the broom was out, and then it resurfaced again after Snoop said what he said and Gail said what she said. It was to raise the masculine frequency back up. So all these trends, all these challenges and things like that are code, all of it. And people just do them without questioning it. And they're participating in raising the energies or the frequencies behind these rituals because they don't know any better, or they're volunteering to do it unknowingly and they don't know what they're doing. So mhm, it is what it is. Most people are participating in a game they don't know they're even playing. Mhm. Right? What was the Kylie Jenner lip challenge for? You know what that's for. You won't have to do this if Everybody want to look like somebody else, basically. That was the code. Get you some melanin. How you doing? That video game Billy mentioned. Oh, I forgot the name of that game, but yeah, he was talking about how there's a game that you create in, and there's like trillions or I don't know how many realities or worlds, and you create as you go. I don't know the name of that, but y'all can watch my video where I interviewed him. He says it somewhere in the video. Hmm. Everything is coded in music. Everything is coded. Everything. If it's on TV, if it's on your phone, it's coded. All games are coded. Everything is coded. Um, but if you don't know how to decode and you don't care, then it's just something fun to do or something entertaining with surface value. But when you know what it means, then it has such a deeper meaning. And to understand it on that level gives you a certain amount of knowledge that other people just don't have, or, warning that other people just don't have, or understanding why things are being done that people just don't have an answer to. So that's why decoding must be sought out on a personal level, backed by passion. Because if you don't seek it for yourself, you won't believe someone who did and then tells you the answer. You still won't believe them. And you won't vibrate as high because you didn't seek it out. Shira, I hear things and feel like I am not alone when I am. Michael Jackson told you, you are not alone. Okay. We exist on this frequency, and many other people and things and energies exist on other frequencies. We're just a frequency away. And sometimes when we're tapping into another or a higher frequency or a lower frequency or a different frequency, we can hear what's on that frequency. Just like on a radio. You have an old school radio dial and you go like this and you barely turn it, you can hear something from another frequency. So, we live on a frequency, and that's what you're hearing. Just another frequency. Um, right. So, I think more people are live in fear because they don't understand a lot of things, and so they really make things scary for themselves. And I used to be like that when I was young. I was scared. Something is following me. I feel it. I can hear it. It's coming up the stairs behind me. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. What is that? I saw a shadow figure. So who's supposed to calm me down? Who's supposed to tell me, oh, well, that's just this and that's just that? Who's supposed to guide me? Myself. I'm supposed to seek that knowledge out. Just like when you're dreaming and you have a nightmare, and your nightmare is trying to scare you into learning how to control your dreams, learning how to basically lucid dream. You're in a nightmare and it's full of fear and you're scared and something's getting ready to happen. It's your choice to decide to change the dream and control it, or to allow yourself to, accept whatever happens in the dream. So a lot of times people have nightmares. The fear is to wake you up into your power within that dream realm. So a lot of people will begin to lucid dream when they are afraid in their dreams. They don't like what's happening, so they change it out of fear. Um, when I come home, weirdly, a Michael Jackson commemorative magazine was slipped out of a pile, or someone maybe broke into my place, but weirder. It was me. No, just kidding. They are playing a lot of Michael Jackson on the radio. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, he has a lot to do with it. So all will be revealed in time. Um, If I remember my dreams every single morning, what does it mean? Every single night I have dreamt and remembered. Good. It means you have a good memory. And you're connected to that aspect of your subconscious. That's good. Thriller. Mm. Hmm. I've been bumping MJ like for the 99s and the 2000s. Right. Billie Jean's Not My Lover. Hmm. Do I believe in evolution? I believe in transformation. I believe in transformation. Yes, definitely. Um, the reason I don't say evolution is because that means that I once was not what I am, but I always am. I am what I am, like Popeye said. It means once I was not something and now that I am, but that's not the truth. So in a physical body, in the limited time span that we have knowledge and access to, you can call it evolution. But really, it's a revolution because it keeps going around and around. And so evolving and devolving, evolving and devolving, rising and falling. Is it really an evolution or a revolution? Just take the R off and it's the same thing. So I just feel that it's really a revolution. Can I moonwalk? You know I can moonwalk. What the? How am I gonna be a Michael Jackson fan and can't even moonwalk? Of course I can moonwalk. Is it true that A-list celebs never sleep and their consciousness is kept awake to be tortured over and over as part of their deal with Hollywood? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. What I do think is that the more conscious you are and higher your frequency, and depending on what path you're on, the less sleep you may need, you know? Why did MJ hang that baby out the window? That's something you never understood. Blanket. Blanket. Blanket was held out the window, girl. Think about it. Michael, Blanket, Archangel, Earth. I have to get the name of the hotel, but it's very deep. A blanket is a covering or a veil. If Michael is holding it outside of the hotel, which is would represent the Earth, that is the disruption of the magnetosphere. The arc of the angle of the way that the light hits the planet has been disrupted. Yeah, you said Blanket changed his name. I would too. I'll change that name. Um, right. Hmm. Yeah, I don't sleep like if I sleep, it's because I choose to, and I'm having like profound information in my dreams. But when I'm just sleeping for sleep, I don't sleep that long. I sleep like maybe 5 hours at the most. At the most, like I have to get up. Mhm. Why do celebs give their kids real weird names? They probably want you to decode them. They probably have meaning behind them. Right. Okay, so I know a lot of people are asking me, why don't I do spells and rituals anymore? Da, 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 blah, 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 blah. And I'm telling you that Uh, why don't you write in cursive with um, ink quills anymore and get a stamp and mail it your message to someone? You know, that would be, unless that's something that you love to do and like you like to practice your penmanship, you like the nostalgia of the paper and the ink and the stationery and things like that, is an art form. If that's how you express your message and you want to give someone something that is, you know, nostalgic, that's how I feel about spell work. It is a craft. It is something that is an art form, but it has the same exact frequency as your thoughts if you are manifesting something. You know, how some women say, if I just think of something bad, it'll happen to somebody, but you didn't do a spell. Or when he's mad, when I'm mad at him, he has bad luck and nothing goes right. But did you do a spell? No, it was your frequency that did it. So it is an art form. That's why they call it a craft, witchcraft, that expresses your frequency in the physical. So I have all my videos up where I expressed my frequency in the physical or did spell work, where I used spelling or words or word or my frequency to push a manifestation. Yes, I did. But when you understand that you don't need the physical things anymore, then you can do it mentally. But if you just like the nostalgia of it and the art of it and the feel of it and the look of it and the aesthetic of it, yes, it is wonderful. It is wonderful to have a beautiful candle burning. By the way, this is one of Man of Letters candles. Shout out to him for sending that. If you love the smell of Palo Santo, burn it, baby. If you like sage, burn it. You know, also sage purifies your air. So does Lysol. So does air purifier. So does Himalayan salt crystal. So do plants. Okay. Um, so whatever you choose to do, it's not wrong as long as you understand what it's doing and not depending on the physical aspect of it, but knowing that it's all you. Okay. Yes, I still have all my stuff. Yes, I still love the nostalgia of it. Yes, I think it's a beautiful expression of thought and frequency. But um, I don't, if I want something done, I don't have to rush to do something with physical items when I can do it in my mind. If I want to, if I just want to enjoy, touching things and crafting things, then yes. But in reality, this is all code too. You know, all of this is code too. So, mhm. You are interesting. I will continue to pick your brain. Okay. Do you believe that we were transformed from monkeys? If we were, then why are there still regular monkeys around here? Thank, thank you. Goodies Closet. Hi, have you heard of the book The Holy Tablets? The Holy Tablets. No, I've heard of the emerald tablets, but I'll look into the holy tablets. Thank you for that suggestion. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, right. Mhm. Yeah, if we were evolved, why didn't some monkeys evolve if we evolved from there with no help? How come that monkey didn't get it over there in the zoo? What did he do bad? Did he not get the what do you call it? Did he not get the rapture? Was becoming human like a rapture in the Bible? He didn't get raptured. He didn't get some of that spray from Caesar in Planet of the Apes or something. He wasn't at the right place at the right time. What happened to him? So no, I don't think we evolved from monkeys because there's still monkeys here. Especially if you are Rh negative, you know. That monkey didn't get the memo. He was on the wrong frequency. I don't know. Anyway, now I know that they are putting human brain cells and DNA inside of monkeys to try to make them smarter, or to store their DNA for future necessity. So, if you think about a lot of things being a genetic experiment, if you want to preserve your DNA and you know that you might not be around for a while, maybe human species will die out or your species will die out or this species will die out, maybe they will hide their DNA in another animal so it can be extracted later on. um, just something to think about. You want to hide something, where are you going to hide it at? Okay, well, do y'all remember the other animal that Thoth represented? Baboon. Ape, 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 ape. Hiding the knowledge in the baboon, in the monkey. Mhm. The Monkey King. You said Lord Vishnu. The booty on the back of the cup. Sasha took my Rafiki. I had a Rafiki, but stuffed animal. So preserving your DNA in another animal that is very similar to your human, genetics is a smart idea, especially if that animal can't be affected by the climate changes that are going on, or their immunity isn't affected by these climate changes or whatnot, or they have a stronger immune system. You put your DNA inside of an animal and then come back years later, thousands of years later, and extract your DNA from such animal, then you could create yourselves all over again, perhaps. So that's what I would do. Like, look, I gotta hide my DNA. I don't know where to hide it at, but something similar where I can get it back out later on. A, B, C, and D. Let me put it in this. Let me put it in this monkey. Okay, so that I could go back in time. Y'all remember Planet of the Apes and Spaceballs? They were going in and out and back in time and into the future and all that. So it's a genetic experiment, basically. Hmm. I don't have monkey DNA. I reject that science. But maybe monkeys have your DNA. You ever thought about that? You were here first. How you gonna have a monkey's DNA when you came before the monkey? They have your DNA. That's just how it works. Okay. You said mind blown. Ah. See, I'm not right, but think about it. It's true. If there is a ghost DNA, okay, think about it. You got ghost DNA. Remember when I posted that ghost DNA article where scientists are baffled because people from West Africa have, or descendants of West Africa have what they call ghost DNA that does not have origins on the planet Earth? Well, monkeys don't have ghost DNA. So, which one is older? So if you have ghost DNA, oh shoot, sorry y'all. I'm glad I have this on my desk, but wax was melting down. If you have ghost DNA, but the monkeys don't, but the monkeys are very close to your genetic makeup, then what would that mean? That they have your DNA. Okay. Thank you, Caroline Sprinkle Sprinkle. What do you think about the number 19? I think add it up to get 10, and then you got one. Then I start back at one. Brian McKnight song. Say farewell to the darkness. I see the coming of the sun. There you go. All the 90s songs are coded. You go back and listen to all them songs too. Um, anyway, there was hidden here. Do y'all remember on that movie Prometheus when that alien being came down and he dropped some alien DNA in the water or something like that? And then life started evolving. Also panspermia when the asteroid hits the earth and it has different DNA and stuff on it. You know, so there's no way we evolved from a monkey that we're older than. I'm sorry. They might have evolved from us, but that's it. Mhm. Mhm. You ask your biology teacher if monkeys evolving now. What? That's because everyone thinks so backwards, and they don't want to give you the real history. So they just tell you what will make sense to you, so you can just not ask questions. I once asked your biology teacher in high school why monkeys were not evolving now, and he said they're just at a slow pace. I don't understand. Girl, he don't understand. Or she don't understand. Why don't you tell her what I told her? Excuse me, we have ghost DNA, monkeys don't. Scientists are now hiding genetics and DNA inside of monkeys. So perhaps monkeys evolved from us. Y'all need to get it together. That's why I tell you guys when my kids come home from school, I teach them the truth, and then they can go laugh at the teacher when they go back to school. They're gonna be like, "This teacher crazy. She think monkeys come from. She think we come from monkeys. Oh, child, if she only knew. What about ghost DNA? You know about that ghost DNA? Oh, that's not in the book. Oh, never mind. Over your head. Keep going. This is very entertaining. That's how my kids are gonna be, and it's gonna be sad because they're already gonna know the truth, and they're just gonna be sitting there memorizing lies to put on a piece of paper. to satisfy whoever put out them lies. That's it. So, they got to do what they got to do. You got to know both sides of the story. You got to play the game, got to play chess. Eh, right. The black goo, that's the dark matter, baby. That's right. Right. I don't know why the bots come in here. Y'all know why they come in here. They love my videos so much they want to give me extra money by commenting 1,000 times. Well, I say thank you. I appreciate that. Mhm. Um, mhm. We're right. Are you going to your birthday live? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna have planned because I think James might do something. He might not. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Tomorrow's my birthday though. Y'all can show me birthday love now, huh? Just in case. Hmm. You escaped from the halls of a mentee. Hey, you escaped. I escaped. You be in Paris getting ifed. We digging tunnels up under you. Y'all remember that Kanye West and Jay Z song, Otis? That was super cold. We digging tunnels up under you. Remember when Billy Carson was talking about how they had the tunnels up under the pyramid that went all to different countries and stuff? Immigrants, we getting money up under you. We digging tunnels up under you. Private jets flying over you, UFOs, secret tunnels. You know, um, it is what it is. Otis, the elevator company. That means rising to higher levels. Um, in that particular video, where they were in that car that didn't have any roof or doors, represented the Earth shifting and opening up the ionosphere and the electromagnetic frequencies changing due to the magnetosphere being disrupted. Then he had the like Michael Jackson glove, and he was like sparking the concrete or pavement with it, making sparks. That was the plasma. Um, they had some chicks in the back, which they was giving a ride to, meaning they were like giving them melanin, or women were gonna want the melanin, and then the U melanin, and then they had the big flag that was kind of faded, but the stars weren't complete. They looked more like angels than stars, and they took the top off the Maybach, the type of Mercedes. A Mercedes symbol is a wheel that has, the angles in there that get turned and twisted. But all of that's code when they talk about Mercedes and stuff and Benz. They're talking about the wheel and the angle of the earth that's tilting in the all of that. Thank you, Natural and Queen. I have Genesis supposedly saying RH positives will get home court advantage during the pole shift, and that us RH negatives will be at the bottom. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, Home court advantage. I'll address that in a second. Keeping my peace, Kiki. Happy birthday, Sheila. Thank you for all that you do. Sprinkle, sprinkle, girl. Thank you, girl. And I think it has to do with your frequency. You see, if you have the best of both worlds, you always stay exactly where you're supposed to be. That's like why Drake said, I'm good where I'm at. I'm afraid of the drop. I'm not gonna drop. I'm gonna stay right here." If you're in the middle, if you have RH negative blood and you melanin, you good. You see what I'm saying? You're not gonna drop because it's the frequency that's gonna drop, not the blood type. It's the frequency. So let's just say If you are melanated and you have Rh negative blood, your frequency is higher naturally. So it's about the frequency, not the blood type. So, but your frequency is slightly higher due to that blood type. Okay. Did you specifically say you melanated Rh negatives? Because that's like Blade, the Daywalker. Okay. He don't have to go, he don't have to hide under the he don't have to hide from the sun. He can go out whenever he won't go out. Okay. Said Blade. I try to explain it with terms y'all can understand. So basically you Blade, okay? Mhm. All right. You're Blade. Why some people got the frequencies and some don't? Because they ain't got what it takes, baby. They had plenty of time to get the frequency, but they didn't want to get it. Michael Jackson told y'all. Because now it's time for us to cuddle close together. Now is the time for you and I to cuddle close together. Yeah. All through the night. Y'all know what the night is? The rule of the lower frequency, the rule of the darker frequency. And when I say dark, I don't mean dark energy type, but like the dimmer frequency, the more dim frequency. So, you know, y'all know what that means. It's not too late. You gotta, yeah, it's never too late. Just keep going in that direction. Watch the most influential people and see what they're doing. Because usually the most influential people are going to show you what you're supposed to be doing, even if you don't like them. That's their role in the whole game is to show you what you're supposed to do. Okay. Hmm. Happy birthday. Thank you. Um, and that's even biblical, in the Bible, it says God told this dude to act out this scene for a whole year to show people what was coming. So this dude, y'all know the Bible stuff. I don't know word for word because I'm not like I don't study the Bible like that, but I remember the story. So he said, lay on one side for a whole year straight to show the people A, B, C, and D. That was cold straight up. This is what's gonna get ready to happen. Why is he laying on his side? The people that was paying attention got the message. The people that weren't just thought he was crazy and left and just whatever. Um, okay, what's that bot person? Bot, we don't care about your party. Look, we're not looking for naked women. Naked women is free online. We ain't got to pay you. Bye. Look, do y'all know about they're like posting all these like, come see me, come click on me, come see me party. We're parted out over here. We have free access to naked people all day, every day, 24/7. We don't need to see you. You look exactly the same as everybody else. Right. We don't care, lady. You got the corona. We don't want to see coronavirus nudes. Anyway, so were black people here before plants, animals, and oceans? Um, okay, think about Mars. Think about Mars. If you wanted to create Mars and you wanted to make it like Earth, what would have to happen? Would some people have to say, "Oh, this is a good planet to create a terraform on. Oh, we just get the right atmosphere and the right environment and the right temperature, and we throw some plant seeds on there, throw some water in there, and you know, uh, take this animal from another planet, like the octopus, and throw it up in there after the ocean is formed. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's how you would create it. You roll over to an empty rock or something that you could work with, and then you start creating. You start planting, you start creating the atmosphere like they do now. Um, you start doing all that. So yeah, it just did pop up naturally. Hey, what's up, French? I mean, look what they're trying to do to Mars. Did, is there animals on Mars right now, or is there, you know, if there is a Mars with outside of the human body, some people believe it's all within or whatever. But the point is, if it was going to be created and terraformed, it would take a higher intelligence to take a blank planet and create an atmosphere on it. So that's where you get that from. Hmm. Um, yeah. I'm just gonna slow it down so I can read your comments in between the spam that we're not gonna pay any attention to because nobody cares. Sadly. You picked the wrong line of work person. Okay. Thank you. Happy birthday. Oh, thank you. Okay. You said we live in America, we don't pay for that. Exactly, y'all. Y'all can stop commenting. It's free in America. Good, it's free. They don't keep our blood type on record anymore, do they? I don't know. I mean, the doctors have to. I don't know. It's like, people have like ways to, I don't know, hack your comments because, their pimp told them they got to make this much money by the end of the night. So they had to find a way, baby. I don't blame them. Shoot, that pimp after them, they got to get that money. So why don't y'all go click on them so they can go away? Go see what they're doing. If it's a webcam, tell them to put on a mask like they got corona. Snap a picture. I don't know. Go help them out. They they on a time schedule. You in the wrong line of work, lady. Learn how to decode. You said it's a trap. You love you. Wait, let me see what they're writing. Let me see what their thing says. I love cam girl live chat. Girl, we don't. They probably ugly too. I'm pretty sure y'all rather sit here and watch me clothed talk about coding. Anyway, moving on. Look, that we rather watch Ashira with her clothes on, baby. Blood types, but there's a weird society that looks into blood types that I believe certain doctors protect the negative blood group from said quote. Da, da, da. There's too many people now with mixed all these different blood types. You know, it's it has to do with your immunity and your frequency. So if certain things don't affect your immunity or your frequency due to your blood type, it is what it is, basically. And I think that yeah, eventually it will boil down to the frequency. Hmm. I'm sorry, her pimp is after her. She got to get that webcam money, baby. Got that rent is due. That rent due, baby. What can you do? That's your line of work. She must have just got back from vacation. Got to make up for lost time. Who knows? Okay. They need to come to this channel. They ain't got the webcam. Go to my other channel. Y'all ain't got to do webcam, child. Thank you, Goddess Kara. Sprinkle, sprinkle. She says happy birthday to me. Mm-hmm. What? Essence is what? Pink rum. What the heck? Tinkerbell. Okay. Okay, okay. Look, somebody go click on her webcam so we could. Hey,
What you do?
I'm doing a video. What's up?
About what?
Everything. This is a spiritual channel. So.
I need to ask Siri an important question.
What?
Siri, when will the world end? Siri, like.
I have no idea, but I hear it will be with a whimper, not a bang.
A whimper, not a bang. Seriously, the world will end in a whimper and not a bang.
Yes.
Right.
He has many different answers.
Let me see. Ask it again.
Siri, when will the world end?
If I knew, I'd tell you. So you could bring me to life for one glorious day. We could get ice cream and run on the beach.
Not with Siri. Mm-hmm.
Siri, when will the world end?
As long as you keep me charged, we should.
As long as you keep me charged, I shall be fine.
As long as you keep me charged, I shall be fine.
Siri, when will the world end?
Just a sec.
Siri, when will the world end?
What?
Hey Siri, when will the world end?
I have no idea, but I hear it will be with a whimper, not a bang.
I have the crocodile dude as my Siri.
Siri, when will the world end?
I'm on it.
Anyway.
Yeah. We'll wait for her to answer.
The moderators couldn't help that because they're like
sorry,
hacking people's comments.
With the connection. Please try again in a moment.
Well, we got all of them, Sash. Thank you. That's interesting. It says keep me charged.
And also it says, one of them says fire. It says the world will end with the word fire it up.
Fire it up.
It's like after they built that intergalactic bypass.
The intergalactic bypass? Y'all know what that is?
No.
The Stargate. Duh. After they build the Stargate, then it's over. Start over. Reset. Rewind. Thank you, Sasha. Mm-hmm. MJ and I want to say that they don't really care about us, right? What do I think about everything becoming more tech? I think it makes you lose touch of your, like, there's good and bad in it. Like, honestly, if it doesn't make you smarter, it's bad. If it makes you dumber, if it makes you dumber, it's bad. If it makes you smarter, it's good. What are you using it for? That's my question. If your IQ is lower than someone's IQ before internet, something is wrong. Okay. That's what I thought. You have access to all knowledge available to you. You can find it. They got even the dark web. Okay. If you are less intelligent because of technology, it's terrible. But if you are more intelligent, it's better. If your frequency is raised from technology versus lowered, then you're good. Hmm. Essence, that's funny how you word that, but okay. Okay. So it's bad and good, depending on how you use it. Just like money. Okay. Just like these comments are bad and good. I'm getting extra decoration that won't show up in the rerun. Um, mhm. Girl, I told you they pimp is after them. They got to get that money. Um, this is a good lesson. When you're passionate about something, you don't have to become a bot on someone's channel in order to make your rent because your true passion will create your means to live in abundance.
Good luck.
Oh, thank you. Sasha gave me a plastic toy donut. Thank you. Look, now they're posting it even more. They mad. Yes, I better rent do, baby. Get that webcam on. Y'all wasting time in here. Y'all need to be on other channels. This is the raw one. Mm-hmm. You got to do what you got to do. Okay? Mm. Shira, how to stay on high frequency? Just look that up. Google will help you, baby. How to keep your frequency high. Think positive, laugh, eat the right foods, drink the right drinks, cut out bad habits that lower your frequency, and you should be fine. A lot of people don't want to put in the work to higher their frequency. They don't want to do it. So it never gets done. Hmm. Thank you. Say happy birthday. Right. You said it's being hidden for a reason and its numbers are being added to the tally that are just older people dying from weak. That's true. Yeah, yeah. Like, no one should be really afraid of the coronavirus unless they have a very weak immune system. I mean, that's mostly like older people. So get their immune system up or like really take precaution with older people. Hmm. My birthday's tomorrow, though, Makai. But happy birthday. You're talking about placebos and cures. Depression is tightly controlled experiment. The mind is truly a powerful machine. Yeah, that's true. If people tell you something for so long or you think you're something for so long, your body will create symptoms because all is thought. So, a lot of people that think that something is wrong with them, sometimes it's just their mind and their body is reacting physically to it. So, I really wouldn't take anything seriously unless, like, you have those people that hear about a virus and they're at the doctor the next day saying they got it and hadn't even come into contact with anybody. I got that virus. I know I do. I got all the symptoms. People are hypochondriacs or, paranoid about so many things that they will create a virus symptom. And I'm like, okay, well, y'all have a good time at the doctor's office. I'll be over here chilling. You can't help but feel that we are so divine with such a powerful organ, right? Yes. Yeah, you gotta block the spam. I can't because they're hacking everyone's comments. Okay, so who? So okay, let me see. Waverly, Ellison, Sandra, and Wendy, Florence. All these weird names. Are this Waverly? Is that see? Are y'all spamming because they're putting it under y'all's name? Hmm. Hmm. It's all these like fake names that people give when they're out on dates that they want to get a real name. Okay. Hmm. Is the term? Hold on. I'm glad they put a lot of emojis because I can like read the real comments in between. The stress of overthinking down the wrong path is the killer, right? Don't overthink it. Just be like it's a normal flu. Just put your immune system up. Hmm. That's so true. Is the term you were searching for somatically preoccupied? Oh, I don't know. I don't think I was searching for that. You gotta block these spammers. I wish I could, baby. They done hacked y'all's comments because they rent is due, baby. They ain't got no choice. The stress of overthinking down the wrong. Okay, I've already read that. Thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All the negative stuff they speak on Michael is not true. That's true. It's not. And a lot of stuff was planted as code as well. Like one day when my viewers have evolved to a non-triggered aspect, everything was planned. Everything was put in place. Everything is a code. Everything. Every single thing. Okay. And y'all just have to understand that. There is no guilty or innocence. It was all created. All of it. It's for a reason. And think about the book of Job. Okay. Book of Job, book of Job, book of Job. All of it is created due to the book of Job. Think that's why Kanye West sings about it on his album. Uh, he talks about the book of Job. And then if you add up Job, it's the nine ether people. You are definitely being tested for sure. So you can't get my nine. You will never get the nine, ever. You see? So all of it is orchestrated, and you just have to understand that. And they know about it. Mhm. Do you think, hold on, do you think the spammers may be from weak coven, jealous of your solidarity? I don't care where they're from. They just bringing me more money. So I don't really care where they're from. You right, the mind is a powerful thing. Girl, it's a weak form of gang gang. Come on in, gang gang. Welcome. All the comments are welcome because I get paid with interaction. If you look up the analytics on YouTube, every comment gets me money. So thank you. The spell rituals have code in them. Yes, definitely do that. Do you think the spammers are from a weak? I don't even know about no weak cousins or whatever. I mean, as long as they give me money, I'm good. My sister is so paranoid about the coronavirus. She's vibrating on the same frequency as it all. Maybe watch some comedy, like laugh and stuff, because that heightens your immune system. It releases chemicals in your body that brings your immune system up. Your half phase two is sold out. Oh, Okay, I'll stock it back up. Superior Deja knows who the bots are. She's asking to be made a moderator. Okay. hmm Do you think the spammers? Okay, y'all keep asking the same question. Let the spammers spam. They got to get their rent, baby. Yeah. Let them spam. Okay, so let me try to read between them. Emojis remind me of the modern day hieroglyphs that are digital, right? Kiss. Let me read these emojis that they're putting out there. Kiss, peach, heart, peach, orange, and blue. I don't know what that means. Maybe that's the color of they background or something. Kiss, heart, envelope, red, heart. Now that ain't even making sense. Y'all got to do better. Do you think? Oh, y'all keep asking the same questions. I don't think at all. I think it's whatever they want to do. So everything is coded. There's very few things that are not coded, but a lot of things that are out there are fashion is coded. Everything is coded. Brands, brand names are coded. All things. hmm Stargate is a portal. Yeah, that's true. Um, I was just ready. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I put that announcement out a month ago that I was not shipping internationally anymore, and I've said it in several videos. Hi, Sash. It's just too many people that are impatient, and my stuff isn't here. My stuff. Well, you're international. It's going by mail. It's a liquid. You have customs, and people were like on the Etsy complaining, like, do y'all understand that it's a liquid? And a lot of mail uh, customs have issues with that, and it takes longer. And I tried to tell you guys that, but no one would listen. So in order for me to preserve my business, I had to stop shipping overseas, because if you get a certain amount of people, questioning, well, where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? Then it becomes a problem on my half. So I had to stop doing that for my own sake, because people are impatient and they don't understand how customs work. Sorry. It's not my fault. It's everyone else's fault who don't understand how customs work. So, all right, it's not Amazon. All right. They was trying to sabotage the cat back there playing my background. Kitty. Right. The Renaissance period in art. Hold on, let me read that. Scroll back up. Kitty. I was reading a comment, but it disappeared. Okay. Has code in it. Yep, all of it. Some of it's lies, some of it's truth. You want closer to the truth? Go to Leonardo da Vinci. hmm Come on, Kitty. Picasso has some truth in it too, as well. And that's not Renaissance, but Picasso is very good. Um, come here, Kitty. You want to come over here? Bruh. Music has code, definitely. hmm I wanted elixirs. I'm sorry. I gave it out a month ago. Y'all had a month. I'm sorry. I'll see if there's a better way. I'll look into seeing if there's a better way because, like, you know, Etsy's like strange. So if I have a drop shipper and they drop ship all the product with tracking numbers and everything, and they email them to you. If your information is incorrect on Etsy, if you don't understand how customs and trackings work with liquids, then you're more likely to complain. And if you're not there to receive the product, if it's sent back because you didn't put the correct address, too many problems, and it's just like it's not conducive of you know being something that I want to deal with. You know, so can't do that anymore. But I'll figure it out if there's an easier way. Okay. Just have to look into it. Okay. Yeah, everybody has code. If you're an artist, you have a record deal, you're on television, you have videos, your videos code. Your lyrics are code. You can't get famous unless you put out code. Just can't. So all of it's code. Everything is code. You won't get put out if you're not code. Someone will tell you what to put in your song. Someone will tell you what lyrics to include. Oh, you can write whatever song you want. Just add these phrases in it and we're good. That's or someone will write the song for you, or you'll write it for yourself because you know the code. So either way, it's getting out. Hmm. Hmm. Please, I want to know what my eyes has code. Yeah, your eyes have code. Your eyes looks just like the galaxies, the stars, and the nebulas. As above, so below. There you go. The human body is a reflection of the cosmos. Same thing. Code. Hmm. Hmm. How about when you freeze a person's body and they brought back to life and the future did. Can you freeze a consciousness? Can you freeze fire? Can you freeze fire? Can you freeze energy? You can mummify a body or you can freeze it. Your DNA will be preserved. The memories of your DNA memory will be preserved, but your plasma, your soul will leave still, even if you're frozen, you know? So you all know how they have like those monks or those nuns or priests or whatever that were in some weird, you know, state of like a faint heartbeat. They said that they're still alive, and there's like a faint heartbeat that's like boom, 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 boom. But that's just the animation. It's not. It's just the animation. There's no. If it's not breathing, it doesn't have a soul. Okay. So if it's not breathing on its own, uh, and it only has a heartbeat, that's just like Frankenstein monster. It's like a Frankenstein monster. Thank you, emancipation. Since you understand the way to become wealthy, would you ever sell out? Sell out to who? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Would I ever sell out? There's, I mean, so many people won't sell out anymore. They have resulted into threatening people's lives. So that's how you know, like, it's so much different than people think. Like, let's say I was famous movie star, right? And I'm gonna do me, and now I'll get like this big, you know, company, or these people trying to get me to go against what I believe in, and I say no, and my level of influence is very high, but I say no, then they come after people that I know, or they come after my legacy. So it's not about selling out. It's about, what do you have to lose? You see. So if I ever got rich and people were like, well, we're going to take this away from you if you don't do what we want to do, I'm too smart. I beat people at their own game all the time. I would just beat them at their own game, like Jay-Z. I would beat them at their own game. So you gonna think I sold out, but I'm gonna be putting stuff out in cold. I'm gonna be getting my money, and then I'm gonna buy my own, and then I'm gonna take you over and take every artist from your company and put them on my company, and then we're gonna be laughing at the end of the day, and you're gonna be mad because I got all your artists on my label. I got all your artists streaming on Tidal. I got all your artists that you depend on to eat feeding me now. You take the you take the food out my mouth, and I let you. Okay, Holy Grail, Jay Z. So if I had the master plan and I knew exactly what I was going to do, and I knew it could be done, and I already made agreements with several people, and I have insiders on that side telling me what's going down and going on, I sure would, because them giving me that large amount of money is going to help me take them over. You see? So I wouldn't sell out. I would buy in. That's how you have to play the game, because you eliminate your competition. You don't compete. So that's what you would have to do, which is what's happening now. There's no competition. So I just beat them at their own game. I wouldn't play the game. I just take the game. I They would be upset with me at the end of the day. Okay. And if I were that large and that successful, I would have people, security so tight. I would have security on my security, on my security. People you don't even know is security. That's security. People that's security that work for who is trying to get at me. I got them over there. I got eyes everywhere. That's what I would be like. But I would have to strategically plan that ahead of time and hook up with other people that have the same amount of status that will all go in with me, like they did, like Diddy, like Jay Z, like all of the like Dr. Dre, like all the higher paid billionaires of the industry um, got together and sent plants in the different industries to get to get the information to feed back into what they're doing so that they can infiltrate and take it over. So I wouldn't sell out, I would buy in and take it over. Hmm. You said you would love to be a partner with future projects with me. Well, thanks. That's a compliment. Um, how do you code? How do I code my eyes to stop hurting? Close them. I know you're being silly, but yeah, go close them. Go to sleep. Take a nap, baby. Um, I guess their lunch break was over. Oh, back to work. How Wait, how did you make games? What? How can I manifest fame and success with my art? Y'all just don't even think, do you? Well, maybe put them on a t-shirt, make it a fashion design. Become a fashion designer, put your art on t-shirts. Put your art in clothing. I mean, look at all the designs for different labels and stuff like that. I say go for something that influencers can wear and show out to the world. You know, whatever art like Chris Brown does. He's an artist, but he puts his art on clothing. Um, so I say get into fashion if you want quick fame. Because think about this: most artists don't get famous until after they're dead. So say album covers, right? Photography, fashion. You got to get into the world of influence. Do I believe Freemasons worship the devil or sacrifice people? Um, no, I don't believe that they worship the devil. I do believe that there are a lot of sacrifices made. Yes. I think the original Masons that are not in the, I think the original order of Masons are not a fraternal order, but just a group of people. Um, but I don't think the fraternal order, so to say, has the right frequency to wield that uh, type of um, magic or ritual unless they make sacrifices. So I'll just leave it at that. Um, have I coded a game before? All games are coded. Uh huh. How do you write a code to increase your business and the logos? Well, it has to be a certain shape of something, color, name, meaning, just whatever you decide that you want to attract. How do you write code to increase your? Oh, you just asked me that. I'm getting back into music, like how Jewish men aren't allowed to read the Kabbalah until the age of 40. What? I don't know. Maybe they'll have a better understanding of it. How do you do the sacrifice? You wouldn't have to sacrifice if you knew what you were doing. If the magic was meant for you anyway. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say there's type of magic or ritual that certain people cannot do unless they have a certain frequency. If you have that frequency naturally, then you don't need to sacrifice anything. Okay. Mhm. If you got connects, you don't need someone to make a phone call for you. You don't need to send a messenger pigeon out. You can just talk. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Have I played Minecraft? My kids used to play Minecraft. I'm too old to be Minecrafting. Do I believe celebrities sign a death date on their contracts? A fake death date on their fake stage name contracts? Some of them, yeah. See, y'all are too like some of the celebrities know when they're going to die because they signed a contract to die to the public, die to the public under a different name than the name that's on their birth certificate. Whether if it's a different spelling, a different middle name, a different birthday, or whatever that you legally need to do. So Unless you look deep into it, you will never see it. So, yes, they sign a date saying, yes, I will die on this date, at this age, at this time, to the public. Because it doesn't matter if they live or die. What matters is the impact it has on society's frequency at that given time and how they will react to it. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter if your life is still here or not, whatsoever. It is the frequency that comes from the reaction of the people that they are after. So it really does not matter if you are alive or dead. Mhm. And you are also in control of that as well. Like if you feel like someone's trying to kill you, oh, they're after me. Oh, y'all want to use my influence because y'all don't got this type of influence. Okay, well, I'm just gonna fake my own death, become a billionaire, and still influence through other artists. And I'm dead. You can't look for me. You can't find me. I'm under the witness protection. Good luck to ya. Y'all can't kill me if I'm already dead. Okay, what good is that gonna do? It's too late. I win. You know, I mean, if I just think about it, what would I do? If I knew somebody was after me and trying to kill me because they don't like that they can't influence me, they're mad, they're upset. You can't kill an idea. You cannot kill people's idea. So I'll just disappear, and everybody that listened to me will just say what I said and continue to pass my message. And you can't buy every single person out. You can't threaten every single person that sings my lyric and decodes it. You can't do it. So I'm going to go become a billionaire. I'll see you later. Peace out. Oh, and I'm not going to have any insurance policy. Nobody will collect insurance on me because that would be illegal. I'll just put a different middle name on my death certificate and I'm going to call it a day. Peace out. That's what they would do. And they would just stay hidden, stay out of the limelight. And that would be that. Because you cannot kill an idea. You can only kill a person. You can try to destroy their legacy, but their idea will still stand. Their music will be forever because it is a sound and it is a frequency. You can't kill a frequency. You can't destroy an entire lifetime of music. That is worldwide. You just can't do it. And even if they did, even if the earth exploded, the sound frequency is in the ethers. It's there forever. So, it's like they call wizard's chess on Harry Potter. You got to beat people at their own game. Will you ever go on tour? I will never go on tour. Okay. Mhm. I think I'm just the reason why I would never go on tour because I think I'm too controversial and there's too many triggered people and I'm not for tours. Okay, I'm not for tours and I'm just not for tours. I will launch my message into space. Good for you, yes. You don't think J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter by herself? All Harry Potter is a retelling of Heru, Jesus, Apollo, the same story over and over, baby. Just with different characters and different tools. It's the same story over and over and over and over. That's all it is. Mm-hmm. Who do I think has faked their death? So many people. Um, so many people. Think about this too. Like, if you were famous, if I was famous, let's just say I'm famous, and I fake my death, and I want to go out in public, all I'd have to do is a few things. I'd just change the color of my hair. I pop on a different wig, maybe get a little different accent. Okay. And I can just go walk around. If I had a beard and a mustache, I could just shave it off and look totally different, you know? I could go to a whole different place where no one knows who I am. Mhm. So it's very easy to do. People do it all the time. It's maybe a nose job, yeah. Or they could be having a prosthetic nose their entire career if they had, you know, a short-lived career. They could have, they could look totally different. They could have fake tattoos on that they could rub off. You don't know. Some people sign up to get killed. Some people sign up to die after they release a certain, amount of music. Okay, well, you have to die on this date because we need this reaction, we need this frequency raised, we need to do A, B, C, and D. Your industry plant, we're gonna put you in over here. You're gonna get the information, and then we're gonna kill you. You're gonna come out. You're gonna come out as another artist on this side, and your name gonna be Lil this, and you're gonna have a whole different rap style. We're gonna give you this different outfit. You're gonna have a new tattoo, and then we're gonna make hits over here. You know, you never know. Especially the newer artists. It'd be so easy to do. Will I do a reaction to I Believe? I don't even know who that is. Who is that? Mhm. Thank you. Say happy birthday. I already decoded Kobe Bryant. There's a whole video on it. Mhm. Mhm. Ha ha. He gonna be a little snowball. Right. Yep. Natural, a new queen, sprinkle, sprinkle. Have you watched the show, The Event? It's code for RH negatives. You would love. I don't know. Did I? I don't really watch that much TV, but I'll look into it. Mhm. Iberleezy is an entertainment. Oh, okay. An entertainer. Well, I'll have to look into it because I don't know who that is. Um, my beauty secret. I look like I'm in my late 20s. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, a stress-free life. Eat well and stress-free. And I'm so unbothered. It's like it's so easy to be unbothered when you can decode a lot of things. It's like, oh, that's all that's happening. Oh, okay. Well, do I have Popeyes? Yes, I do. Popeyes where I live? Of course I do. Mhm. Mhm. Thank you. What caused my awakening? Myself. I had questions that no one could answer, and I didn't have a choice but to seek out the answers on my own. So, I think a lot of things that I was wondering about or experienced did not have answers in religion, or my parents didn't have any answers. So I had to go and start my own research in the fifth grade, basically, when I was old enough to actually do research. So, yeah. That happened to you as well? Mm. That's how it usually goes. Like, when someone is seeking knowledge, it's because they want answers that no one can give them. That, your parents or adults or teachers are supposed to be able to give a child answers. But when they don't have the answers, then you got to go find the answers yourself. Um, hmm What if they want out before the contract ends? Well, they can rewrite the contract. Michael Jackson was supposed to die several times before he died. Several times. Because um, wasn't the it wasn't quite the right time. They test it out first. Like, they'll put an album out, they'll put a song out, they'll put some news out and see how much people like this person or are relating to this person, how record sales are, A, B, C, and D, right? They'll usually do it surrounding a celestial event or something like that because they want the most impact on people's frequency. Hmm You say MJ was RH negative. So, right. Hmm. Most people that y'all think are dead aren't even dead. And people know that. But it's okay. It wouldn't work if people didn't think that they were dead. Now, like, if you think about Elvis, okay, we'll take it back to Elvis. He did it too. There are pictures of Elvis when he was old, riding around on a scooter. There's a daughter that was born from Elvis's DNA after the year he's supposedly supposed to be dead. Several years later, a daughter was born. That's on the internet, on Fox News. You can even research that on YouTube. It's there. So, and they did the DNA test, and it was Elvis's daughter. So he didn't die when he said he died. Hmm hmm He did not die when he said he died. When he died, he was much older. He was much older. Um, right. And then, like, you know, I believe that this is what I believe. Since Michael Jackson got a lot of Elvis's catalog through marrying his daughter, he's a slick businessman. Okay, so you got to beat people at their own game. Anyway, thank you. You said happy birthday. Oh, thank you. Is there code in Elvis's song? Yep. A lot of those songs weren't even his songs, but yeah, there's code in 'em. Mm-hmm. He's dead now, but he was alive for a long time after he said he died. And the clue was in his middle name. If you go to his grave site and then you look on his birth certificate, the name, his middle name is spelled very different. Clue number one. Now, if you write a death certificate, if you type out a death certificate, the names do not match what they matched, then it's null and void. That means it is not legal. That means no go, baby. So he was not legally dead. I used to type death certificates when I was a mortician. You made one mistake, you have to take the whole thing back and start over. It has to be perfect. Everything has to be spelled correctly. The dates have to be right. The names have to be spelled correctly. All of that. If it's wrong, they will not approve it because then it would be null and void. So I remember that specifically because I had to type it on an old fashioned typewriter. And every time I made a mistake, I had to go back to the office and retype the whole thing. Or they have a typewriter in the office where you file it at, in the vital statistics office, that you can try to fix your mistake if you can. But if you can't, you got to go all the way back and retype the whole thing and start over. And so I have to go several times if there was any mistakes on it. So I know if there's one mistake on it, it is not legal. Thank you, Duchess of Neptune, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Happy birthday, Shira. You've transformed my perspective on life. I am so grateful. Oh, thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle girl. Appreciate that. Okay. Mm-hmm. So thank y'all. So yeah, that middle name will get you every time. They got Elvis. They spelled it with one A instead of two A's or something like that. Michael, his middle name was Joe, not Joseph. So they got you there. Um, Latoya Jackson signed the death certificate when his mom or dad should have signed it. You know, the doctor wouldn't even sign or write down. The doctor wouldn't even sign it. They had to chase him around. Think about this. Conrad Murray is totally code. Conrad Murray. Robert Conrad Murray. Decode that name. Bright shining fame. That's what Robert means. Bright shining fame or shining fame. Bright fame. Conrad's friend or ally. Murray. It let me show you what Murray means because it has several meanings. And he was an actor. And he was from Houston, Texas. Houston. Come on now. Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what it means. It means seafarer, settlement of the sea. It also means Scottish Gaelic, which is the Scottish Rites, which is the secret order, fraternal order. Um, so bright shining fame, who was a friend of the Scottish Rites, put MJ to rest. Okay. That means he gave up his fame. He sacrificed his fame, not his life, not his true life. You know, pro Propofol, was that the name of the drug? I mean, the whole thing is coded. So propofol was also known as milk. Milk is also food of the gods. Um, Puts you to sleep, takes you away into another realm. You know, so the whole thing was basically him giving up his fame and doing what he had to do. Mhm. And then, okay, so I decoded the address, and like he had a Christmas wreath on his front gate, Christos, Christmas, um, in July. Was it June? Was it June? Yeah. 6th, which was the exact opposite of Christmas. So 6 and 12, so December, and then you have June, but you have a wreath outside of your door. And I think the name of the street that he lived on was also coded. It meant something, but I totally forgot. I'd have to get the address. Why did TMZ get the news first? Why was he friends with the dude from TMZ? Why is the date and the time of death wrong and the emergency call? You know, it's all messed up because it's fake. So, why did they give him a helicopter ride? You know, to the hospital and switch the bodies? Yeah. So, it's very interesting. The helicopter ride was code for uh, the helicopter is very code for rising above, and just like Kobe, the helicopter ride, just like on the Beyonce song Formation. Might take them on a ride in my chopper, drop them off at the mall, let them buy some J's, let them shopper. That's code right there. The mall is the earth. The J's, buy some J's, buy some jewels, let them shop. That's code for, buy some people, buy some pineal glands, buy some melanin, get some more people melanated, bring some people back with you that transform some people. Jordan's is also represents the river or a frequency. Let them get some frequency. Like if you research the word Jordan, it just says a river, and if you research river, it means the frequency, a frequency. So uh, let them buy some frequency. Buying means to multiply. You know, so it's all the same. hmm So everyone you think is dead, they're not really dead unless they're that old enough to be dead. So you said you looked up Jordans and found you. We'll look up Jordan. Take the S off. Look up the name meaning. Like an intelligent person would. Thank you. I know you're being silly, but I know you're still trying to learn, so I'm gonna help you out. Um, Everyone was shocked. Exactly. That's all they needed. They needed that. They need everyone's frequency to be on the same or very close to the same level on that certain day. That's why they did it. That would definitely disrupt the ionosphere and change the frequency of the planet. It sure would. If every person that had access to radio, news, internet, or whatever, it broke the internet, heard about that. Whenever they heard about it, the frequency of the planet will change. And if everyone's frequency changed at around the same time, could you imagine? That would cause uh ring out into the atmosphere, into the ethers. That's a whole message. That's a message saying, okay, the earth has gotten to a different frequency. It's time. It's time. It's time. That's why he put out the movie This Is It, because he said this is it. It's time. It is time. It is done. We're getting ready to evolve and change, or start this thing up again. and the frequency has to change. So I'll be the catalyst. That's why they did the 9/11 when the two towers fell and the two become one. Now there's one building there. So that was the indicator of things to come. And Michael was there at the same time. The day before, signing autographs. He was in his blue shirt. Then he was supposed to have a meeting there, but he was on the phone with his mother. That's code. Oh, I missed the meeting because I was up all night on the phone with my mother. That's straight up code. Thank you, Cleo Star, Sprinkle Sprinkle, 11. Thank you. So when you're up all night on the phone with your mom, that means you still are connected to the cosmos, even during the darkest hours, and it keeps you safe from harm. When the two become one, Michael was already that. So, um, yes. So that was an indication of things to come. Hmm. All right. Well, I think this is going to be it for this video. And just so y'all know that when you realize that everything that's being put out is not, Donald Trump told y'all fake news. If y'all don't believe him, hey, he tried to tell y'all. He's the one that corrected everybody from saying global warming. He corrected y'all and saying climate change. Okay. There's a difference between global warming and climate change. Climate change is climate, the environment, the frequency change is a choice. Global warming, it means only the earth is warming. It's not global warming because it's also coming from the sun, other things like gamma ray blasts, also coming from the people on the planet, their frequencies, and much more. It's not just because someone polluted the earth. Okay, it's because the frequency is different now, and it's causing a reaction in every direction of this planet. And the earth at the time was 360. So where did every frequency ring out to on every side of the universe? So when you send out something, you're going to get it back from all directions. Climate change. Okay. So that's why MJ did what he did, to change the frequency of the planet in order to get the reaction that's happening, to force people to become one to heal the world. Okay, that's why you see him everywhere, because he's the cause of it. There was nobody else that could do it, and so there was nobody famous enough or loved enough around the globe to send out that frequency in a 360 degrees, however much the volume of the surface area of the earth is, into every direction on the planet. And also remember, water carries frequency as well, so the oceans are included. Right. Yep. Cause and effect. Yep. And so, now that things are happening, that means it worked. So let's say you are on a ship and your parents were on another ship and you wanted to call them somehow, but you don't have any way to communicate directly with them. But except for one way, you have to send out a signal, right? And when they get that signal, they know that's you. So you don't know which way they are in the ocean. So you have to send out a signal every direction. And when they get it, they know which direction it came from. And now they can come to you. You don't have to go to it. And so that's kind of what went on. When they sent out, and a cry rang out in the universe. He said it in one of his poems or songs or something. Basically, the cry that went out into the universe caused an energy to come back in this direction, which caused the change, and that's what we're going through right now. And so it hit everything. It hit the sun. It hit all the planets. It hit all the things in every direction of the planet. It affected everything. It infected or affected the entire universe. Think about that. That's very powerful. It is like a mass manifestation from every point on the planet. Who could get everybody to line up at the same time, around the same time, or the same day to put out a similar frequency? You see? So that's why they chose Michael to do that, because he was the most famous. Okay. Sorry, y'all. That noise. Dolphins. You have that tune that Gizmo hummed in your head. I still remember that tune, yes. And so I always say, did I talk about Oprah falling on the stage? Yeah. No, I didn't. If y'all don't know, Oprah fell when she was talking about balance in one of her seminars or whatever. She fell on purpose. Um, it was her way of getting the heat off of her and to humiliate herself, to take the focus off of how she did MJ wrong in order to get the focus back on her, being a victim. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Oh, I fell when I was talking about. Okay, laugh at me now and get the other thing out your mind and get this on your mind. It's just a trick. What I feel is, I think it's her way of creating a shift in the focus of, sending all that negative energy her way. So whatever it is, it is. I don't hold any grudge against her. I think she played her part in the whole role or whatnot. And, some people don't like the role that they're given, but they got to do it for some reason. They sign that contract, baby. Okay. hmm Control drama. That's right. It's the pendulum swinging. Like, you can control your own pendulum swing. If you can control your own, like when you're gonna fake your death, you can control your own falls too. Mhm. Yes. People kept telling me, "Oh, she said wrong shoes, wrong shoes." Yeah, she had on black shoes. And if y'all were keeping up with like my videos, and I was telling you guys, the depending on the color of shoes that you have represents something, especially these celebrities posting shoes and stuff a lot with like red or white. That's code too. So she had on the black flat shoes. So she fell. And black at the bottom basically represents a low frequency, not darkness, but that color. On the electromagnetic spectrum, you have like gamma ray, you have like infrared, microwave, infrared, then you have radio waves, all the way down to the lowest, which is indicated by the color black. And the highest is indicated by the color indigo blue or purple. So, on this light spectrum, in this energy field on Earth, The lowest vibration is black. The highest vibration is that indigo and that purple blue. So um, when I'm talking about darkness, that means something totally different than black or dark in this light spectrum. Darkness in your consciousness, darkness in the universe, darkness in the ethers is different from black in the light spectrum. Very different. Uh, because we would be, yeah, very different. So it just represents a lower frequency in the light spectrum. Hmm. Right. Yes. Darkness represents that which is unseen. It's kind of like the occult. But when you say black or shade or, you know, dark as in on this light spectrum, when you are talking about a frequency of people, it's totally different. So that's another thing that confuses a lot of people, you know. And I think her name is a fractal fantasy on this channel. She always says, well, we shouldn't say that we're black because scientifically it means of lower frequency, and that's just the exact opposite. You see, so um, if you read, what was that book? I forgot the name of that book. It was a recent book I just reviewed too. Well, anyway, so you have to be very understanding of what you're reading because sometimes, like even in the Emerald Tablets, it talks about the Black Brotherhood, the darkness, and then in so many different aspects, you're like, well, what does he mean by this? Is the darkness bad? Is the darkness good? Is no. When he refers to the brotherhood or the men who are of darkness, he's talking about the light spectrum because men is in the light spectrum. And in the ethers and the cosmos, we're not in that light spectrum anymore. So when he refers to the darkness or going into the darkness or da, 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 he means the unknown, the unseen, where there is no light spectrum. You see, so you got to be very smart when and use your context clues when you're reading things about black, dark, night. Night means or people of the night. Yeah, that's people of the darkness. Night. There is no night in space, so how can that? They're not talking about that. They're talking about the light spectrum. So you're you got to be really aware. Okay? Hmm. No night or day in space. It's just in the ethers. It is what it is. Only on Earth. I mean, on the light spectrum. They can't maintain their power if the masses are aware. That's true. They can't. Mhm. You can already tell they're losing power. I mean, no one cares about voting as much as they used to. No one's as afraid as they used to be when something puts something out on the news. Oh, like people aren't acting crazy about coronavirus like they thought that they were going to do. Um, people aren't believing the media anymore. And why do you think that is? Because they're waking up and they have no power. That's why they have to create fake things to get the market going again. If you're losing a lot of money, you put out a scare, it's going to scare enough people that are still asleep to create, fluctuations in the stock so that they can dip and then go high and people can get rich quick again. It's just a game. We've already beat them at the game. That's why it's so boring now. It's so boring to decode now because like everything is like already won. It's over pretty much. It's just going to take the time to transfer to everybody else to wake up. Hmm. Mhm. Whoever controls the music controls the earth. Just so you know. We got the music. Mhm. Yep, it's the music that controls everything. Please don't stop the music. I wanna take you away. Mama say, Mama sign with my cool. Anyway, and I'll explain, and then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna explain why the music, who controls the music, controls the earth. Hmm. Because everything evolved from a beat and a lyric. That's it. Every source of knowledge, every code, music is numbers, music is math, music is a code. Technology is based off of codes. You know, whenever they try to explain how the universe was created, they use a sound, a big bang, an om or a big bang. Everything, he who controls, he or she or it or the one that controls the music controls everything. So there you go. The trumpet sounds and the souls come from the ground. It's over. The trump. Hmm. So yeah, the music is already, you know, controlled by us again, once again. Do I believe in a creator? Um, the creator of something that makes a sound, a thought makes frequency, which is can be translated into sound. So, mhm. A consciousness that had a thought would be the creation of this universe. Hmm. So we're all creators, projectors. Um, it's very it's very profound because if you've been taught something your whole life, it's kind of hard to think of something else. But if you just put yourself in the place of what you learned, you know, you can see the metaphor in it. You can see the similarities. Hmm. I hope. mm, That's why we must authentically have a courage to dance and beat of our own. Oh yeah, dance to the beat of your own drum. Right. Yeah. Hmm. And think about this: in order to control you, a frequency and music, you have to be lied to and brainwashed for a long time, and you know, taken away from all that information and knowledge and told that it was bad because once you became in charge of the frequency and the music again, you know, then you rule the world, or you are able to manifest your will on a large basis. So um, You have a lot of music execs and entertainers. Music execs and people that are over the artists in the music industry, and keeping them enslaved under contracts, telling them what they could put out, what they couldn't put out, threatening them with their level of influence to put out certain messages that they didn't want to put out. And so somebody did something about it, and they took the music back, and they took control back of the music. And in order to be able to take control of something, you must be able to, um, in order to take control back of something, you must be the best at it. You must be a good businessman, and you must be the best entertainer. So that's where Michael Jackson comes in. He took it back. Um, and you have to be loved by a majority of the world in order to be able to do that. So that's what happened. Ruthless. See, and that's why he was like emerged as the one, because he was a very kind, sweet person, but he was a ruthless businessman. He had that charm, that soft voice, that, you know, oh, Michael would never. But then he had that ruthless businessman, like, buy it all. Oh, Eminem's going to talk about me? Buy all his catalogs. He's going to be paying me for the rest of his contract or whatever, you know. So when you make logical decisions, and but then people see you as a certain way, they don't see you coming. They will never see you coming. That's why women, now I'm going to talk about women. Women are very, now I know a lot of men don't believe this, but some women, I ain't going to say all women, some women are very smart. They're, in fact, geniuses. So smart. But they will play dumb and get everything that they desire. Okay? Because the one thing that men usually do is they underestimate women's intelligence. And that's what a lot of women depend on to kind of get what they want. So, always, 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 like, never underestimate your opponent. I'll just say that. Or never underestimate anyone, period. Because you never know what they do in their spare time. You don't know what they read. You don't know what they study. You don't know who they are. Like, if I was just walking down the street, you would not even think I was the way that I am, or think the way I think. You would not even y'all. You would probably think I sit at home and watch Housewives or The Bachelor or something like that. So never let them, never underestimate anybody. Say cloaked. hmm He said, not The Bachelor. I don't even watch none of them shows. Um, why did Michael Jackson hang blanket out the window? To tell y'all that the magnetosphere was about to be disrupted, basically. Blankets the earth, the arc angle of the magnetosphere upon the earth shields you from the sun's UVB radiation and solar uh, plasma. Okay. The hotel represented the earth. Archangel Michael was the angle of light at which the sun hits the planet Earth. Holding him over the balcony was disrupting the ionosphere and the magnetosphere. That's all. It's just science. Poor blanket. It might have been a stunt blanket. You don't know. He had a blanket over his head. Give me a stunt baby. You don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna go. Thank y'all so much. If you want to hear what I thought about the coronavirus, it's on the video. If you finish letting it upload, it might take it 30 minutes or whatever, and it'll start over from the beginning. If you catch it in the middle, just check back like a couple of hours later. It should be fully uploaded. I know a lot of people say, "Well, why is it starting in the middle?" Because it takes so long to upload. But just wait; it'll be the full video will be available, and most of the information about the title is going to be in the first 30 to 45 minutes of the videos. Most of the other stuff, I'm just talking and answering questions and just saying other stuff. But so you should be able to catch up on that. So thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. Thank you everybody who wished me happy birthday and donated and gave me birthday sprinkles. I appreciate it. If y'all are watching this on the rerun or whatever, I think my Cash App is in the description bar if y'all want to donate for birthday gifts. It's up to you. Just hit the like button. That's a good enough gift for me. I appreciate every like. Um, so I appreciate that y'all can hit the like button for my birthday. How about that? I'll see y'all later. Bye. Thank y'all.